Hey, welcome fellow duathletes, wannabe duathletes. This is phase one of our bike training. So primarily today is going to be a little bit about cycling in terms of what type of bike you should maybe select and some other things in terms of what I've done and my choices. So starting off, here's my bike. It's a Cannondale superevo 6. Comes with Di2 shifting, electronic shifting, got standard Mavic wheels. It's got a front crankset of, I believe, 5236 with a black back sprocket of 1132. That's set up as standard. It's a Ultegra set, so comes pretty standard on the Cannondale superevo 6. So anyway, so first of all, if you don't have a bike or you're looking to upgrade your bike, no matter what you do, new, used, doesn't matter. First thing you have to do is get a bike fit. So before I bought this bike, I went and got fitted through somebody that I had a recommendation from that does bike fits for triathletes and other athletes. So he sized me. We figured out what I needed was a 56-inch frame. I'm 5'11", so it made sense. He let me know what type of handlebar width I needed, everything. So before I bought the bike, and I found this bike online, actually through a contact in California. It was a demo bike, 2016. This bike normally retails for around $3,600 new out of the box. Back then, if you were to buy it new, I bought it with really no mileage on it last year, almost 2 years ago, for $1,500. So you can get a great bike as long as it's been taken care of, used. You don't have to spend a lot of money on a new bike. Like I said, first and foremost, no matter what you do, get a bike fit. So this is a standard road bike. There are duathletes or triathletes that are more competitive, and I even rode a tri-bike, what's called a tri-bike. These are different geometry. The main difference is the wheels are a little smaller, 650 as opposed to 700s, and this seat post right here is angled just about 2 or 3 degrees forward, maybe more depending on the bike. And what that does is that allows the athlete to be up over his profile bars, which I don't have them on. I have a set of profile bars. They'll just mount right there, so I can turn this into a tri-bike anytime I want. And the beauty of that is the standard road bike is going to be more comfortable for you on longer rides. Time trialing bikes, they can work, but again, they're not ideal for just everyday riding, especially for any group rides with bike clubs. They're not really a big fan of tri-bikes coming out there. And even if you're on a road bike, do not put your profile bars on. That's just considered a no-no in a group ride. So anyway, so a couple things on this bike. You're gonna need your hydration. You obviously need a pouch, carry your backup inner tube, and some little levers to get your tires off. For a bike pump, I just use this right here. You can see it, just a small bike pump, works great. Just mounts right on your bike, doesn't really get in the way, doesn't really cause a lot of drag. Odometer, you're gonna need an odometer. So I just recommend it, just keeps track of your mileage, distance, average speed, time on bike, that type of stuff. And then the other thing I got was this thing called Quad Lock. See it right there. This is a handy little device. It basically is a way to mount your iPhone or any other phone. It just has a bracket on the back of my phone right here. I can just put it, slap it right on there, and then that allows me to listen to some music if I want, or do whatever. Or I use an app called Cyclemeter if I'm going to go on a route I don't know. Cyclemeter allows you to go to Google Maps. You can do a bike route on Google Maps, pick your distance or wherever your points of where you want to ride. Then you export that file out of Google Maps. You can go online and learn how to do all this. So you export that file out of your Google Maps, and then when you get the Cyclemeter app, you basically just import that file on your phone, import it right in your Cyclemeter app, and whammo, you got your route. It'll tell you exactly where to go. It'll track your speed, give you the best route, safest route for a bike. So Cyclemeter, great thing. Quad Lock, awesome thing. The other thing, of course, you're going to need is a helmet. I got this helmet about a year ago, and to be honest with you, it's a specialized helmet. I use a lot of venting because it's hot in Arizona. And FYI, when we get close to race day, I'll show you how to turn this basic well-ventilated hat into what would be about a to $300 arrow hat for racing, and for 5 cents, if actually for free, if you get it at your house. So I'll show you that. But the thing I like about this helmet, Specialized helmet, it's a MIPS. This inside bracketing, sorry, I got my glasses in there. Inside bracketing, or the inside cage of this helmet, is the most, by far, the most comfortable cage I've seen. Comes with a lock set. You can adjust the tension on that. But this thing, I've had a lot of helmets, and this is the one that fits like a sock on my foot. I mean, it's just so comfortable. I can't say enough great things about the Specialized MIPS hat. This is, like I said, a newer model they came out with. And this saddle, the system inside the helmet is actually safer because it has a little more play in terms of if you were to fall, in terms of how that harness sets in there. The other thing I got, just FYI, I prefer them. These are my glasses. They're actually made by a company called Tifosi. These glasses, I used to use Oakley's like everybody else. These glasses may run me, I don't know, 80 bucks. Built them custom online. I can pick, you know, whatever my earpieces are, my frames, my glass types of tints. Say 70, 80 bucks. These glasses, if they were Oakley's, would be 210, 220. So if you're looking for a great cycling pair of glasses or running, highly recommend the Tifosi brand. Again, you can go online, got a great website, lots of choices. But again, at my age, and I'm just trying to keep money down, no reason to spend a lot of money for what I'm doing right now. And why should I? These glasses work perfectly fine, if not better. The lenses are great, love them. So that's it on that. So also right now I'm just using standard pedals, as you can see. I have clip-ons, shoes. Right now I'm just riding to be relaxed. And for the first few miles, and actually a lot of the time when I'm doing my riding now, that I'm going to train for duathlon, unless I'm in a group ride or I'm going on a ride that's got a fairly hilly course, I'm going to just use these. And part of the reason is because I want to be able to get right off the bike and do a run at some point called brick training. And that's basically a bike and then a run training session. It's probably the most critical training you can do as a duathlete. And they call it bricks, I guess, because your legs feel like a ton of bricks after you're coming off a bike. That first half mile on the T2 at a transition in a duathlon or triathlon, anybody will tell you, is brutal. I mean, it's painful as hell. So, but if you want to get a better T2, a better transition in your second half, and get up to speed a little bit quicker, you've got to do brick training. It's the most critical part of training, I think, besides the putting in the distance and the foundation. But we'll talk about all that stuff and some tips on that. So anyway, so today's first ride, I'm actually stopped. I'm about 8 miles in. Got some place where I could talk and people wouldn't look at me like I'm kind of weirdo talking on my phone, looking at my bike. So anyway, so today I'm just going to put like an easy 16 mile or so ride in. Not going to worry about how fast I'm going. Again, I'm just going to get some rides in. The riding's like the first phase of running. I'm going to do probably 3 rides a week. Just 16, 18 mile, maybe 20 mile ride at some point, 3 times a week. My runs are going to be just like I showed you, that on-off run. I'm going to do that for the first 2 weeks, if not longer. I'll build up my time on the run and decrease my time on the walk, but I'll keep that up for a while as well. So when we get back into phase 2, I call it, where we start to pick things up a little bit and add a little bit of our training, I'll create another set of videos on that. So and especially on cycling, because cycling, there's some little things like learning how to pedal. Again, you don't need the most expensive bike. You can get a carbon fiber bike at a good price. I'd recommend that probably because of the weight and just because of the comfort. But remember, the key to cycling is it's not so much the bike. I mean, the bike can help a little bit, but it's really about the motor, and that's the cyclist. We used to ride with guys. I rode with some Ironman triathlete stuff, great cyclists. We didn't have the fanciest bikes, but we'd fly right by those guys and those lawyers or whoever thought they had to spend $10,000 on a titanium bike. I mean, nice bike, shitty motor, right? So that's what you need to worry about. Worry about your motor, your conditioning, and your stroke. And your stroke being your pedal or your rotation. So I'll show you some things that I've learned over the years on how to work on a rotation. And that'll be part of our phase 2 training on cycling. Little techniques and getting into a little more details on proper cycling form. All right, so that's it today. I'm gonna get back on it. I'm getting ready to go home and eat. Looking forward to it because the route back is downhill. Getting up to this point, it's been about a 1 or 2% grade, not bad, but you can feel it. But you know, I'm out here in the mountains. I gotta look at these shitty mountains and all these beautiful cactuses and all this color. I'm out here in the country, and it may be only 102 right now, but so what? You know, it's beautiful. So that's it. I invite you to subscribe to keep up with stuff. Again, like I said, I'm not a pro, just a guy trying to pass along a few things I've learned, and it felt good to be back on the bike. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Okay, so I just finished a 16-mile bike ride. It's like I said, fairly easy. Well, not easy, because I haven't done it in a while. I'm not sure what the average was. Don't really care at this point. So we'll walk down this path, like I said, as part of initial brick training. So I'm not going to run, but the main thing is to get off the bike and immediately walk at a decent pace, just to get your leg muscles used to that transition, and it'll be easier adaptation as you get down to the actual brick training as we go down the road. So that's it for today. I'll see you later. Thanks.